So you want to make some art. You have this great idea for a masterpiece in your head. Or maybe you just want to sit down at your desk and wait for inspiration to strike. But for one reason or another, you can't make it happen right now. You're at work until late tonight, you have school early in the morning, maybe you're just waiting on some great magical idea fairy to swing by and drop off the goods. Either way, you're not making art right now, but you're gonna make art tomorrow. You've got the whole day to yourself, no school or work or trivial things in your way, just a whole day for you and your art. But then you wake up, and that's when things go wrong. For one reason or another, you're having a bad day. Maybe your depression is flaring up, maybe you had a bad dream and a panic attack, maybe you got a call from a nasty relative that put you in a place. It could be any number of things, but now you have the time to create and none of the good feelings to make it happen. You can't get out of bed, you can barely think, let alone come up with a good idea. And to compound your problems, now you're wasting this valuable time that you could be spending creating something, sitting in a rut with your brain spiraling out of control. You pick up your phone, start scrolling, maybe take a few naps. Hours later and the day is over and you're still in a bad mood. And you never made any art. Sound familiar? I experience depression and severe social anxiety on a regular basis, so my social battery is regularly at 0. This means that I have to safeguard the time I do have for creating and make sure that I'm still in a place to make that happen when the time comes. Life doesn't make that very easy. Any number of things can contribute to having a bad day. And when you put mental health in the mix, those bad days can last for weeks or even months. It's not fair to have to lose precious time to create just because your brain is feeling spicy on any given day. So what's the solution? As far as mental health goes, therapy and medication are a good start. But as far as your art goes, I want to offer up a tool that's been helping me over the past few months. Introducing my Bad Days Art Kit. I built this with a couple of things in mind. First being convenience of use, since I don't want to leave my bed, and if I'm having a downswing, I pretty much just live in bed. So I needed something that I could carry with me and still make art. The second thing I had in mind for this was choice paralysis. I have a lot of art supplies, just like a lot of art supplies. So it can be overwhelming when I'm not in the right headspace. So I use a limited color palette. I have Color Eno pencils, I've got Prismacolor, I've got microns and brush pens, as well as regular brushes and erasers and all of the little things that I could possibly need. And I chose a color palette that all kind of coordinates together. They're all yellows, oranges, purples, and pinks, which are my favorites as kind of like a sunset vibe. But if I ever need to change the colors out for a different mood on a given day, I can do that. I do still have all of my other regular art supplies. Really, this is a baseline for creating, not the be-all, end-all. It's just what helps me. So do what works for you on bad days. If you think that this might help, I created a workbook that can help you narrow down your art supplies and put together a kit. It also includes over 200 prompts to keep your brain occupied during a bad day and help you create something rather than just wasting the day away. The two most important items in your kit are going to be a sketchbook and a notebook. You're going to want brand new ones that don't have any writing or any other sketches in them. These are specifically designated as your Bad Days sketchbook and Bad Days notebook. This is for all of the negative thoughts or feelings that you're having and for exploring things that are not so negative, but that you know you're creating on a day when your headspace just isn't quite right. There's a couple of reasons why you'll want a brand new sketchbook, aside from the dopamine hit, which totally valid. We love a good dopamine hit. But at some point you're going to finish this sketchbook, and it's really cool to get to the end of it and say, you know, I know that every single thing that I made when I had this sketchbook out, I was in a terrible place. But maybe not all of the drawings are terrible. But you can see that compared to your regular sketchbook, because you might not remember what you were doing on any given day in your regular sketchbook, but with this, you know you were having a bad day. So having it all in one place can be very helpful. The other item, your notebook, is important to use to figure out what kind of artist you are. Narrow down your supplies, record prompts or challenges that appeal to you, so that even when you're having a bad day, you are able to refer back to this and have something in your kit that will give you prompts of what to draw in case your brain isn't cooperating. You can also use this to explore thoughts and feelings that you're having on any given bad day and to journal very much in a therapeutic way, but also to explore whether or not those thoughts and feelings are things you want to explore with your art. You can set this up with or without the workbook, but if you want more of a guide to do it, there's that available on my website. At the very least, the prompts are engaging and meant to get your mind thinking when it doesn't want to. In general, all you need are your favorite art supplies, a sketchbook, a notebook, and a container to hold everything in. I keep most of mine in this container because then it can live on my desk and I have access to those art supplies all the time without dismantling the kit itself. I just pop it back in when I'm done for the day and then it's ready in case I need it for the next morning. If you decide to make one of these, let me know in the comments what you decided to put in it. I'm curious what your must-have art supplies wind up being. It's not a very complicated idea, but I hope it helps someone out there just to get past a bad day and start creating despite mental health and life's madness. If you'd like to see more art content, consider subscribing to the channel. If you're interested in getting some art of your own, I have a Patreon where members get a whole bunch of perks, and some of them are this sticker and print club that I have. These are the offerings for November. I just have a love affair with frogs right now, and I'm vibing so much with them, so that's that. The first 10 people that subscribe this month get iridescent frog stickers, which I think is the coolest thing, so maybe you do too. And thank you for watching to the end of the video. As always, thank you to all of my patrons for their support. I hope that you have a good day and that you have the time and the space to put together a kit for future bad days and that this in some way helps you. Bye.